Maybe the Alex Bowman fans won't get upset with me anymore because I'm actually on their side. I'm hopping over to where you guys are. I'm with you. We are aligned now, so I don't need to get all the hate from the Bowman fans, which I did not know Alex Bowman had so many fans, to be honest. But also, I am just very tired of talking about playoff systems and what's right and wrong. There,
Call for TV, people. All here for the show.
And after the backlash from last night across social media, not to me, I did not receive any backlash, but backlash to Joey Logano for winning at Las Vegas, I thought we should talk about it. Let's all have a discussion in the comments down below. We'll be showcasing some tweets as well later in the video about this problem. I don't even know if I can call it a problem. I don't know what it is. Is it an issue? Is it a problem? Is it a debate? What is it? And I feel like it's a fascinating conversation because I think it's all about perspective. If you look at it from a certain perspective, whether it be NASCAR's perspective or a driver's perspective or, someone involved in the sport perspective, you might see it one way. And then you have the perspective of a fan, whether it be a neutral fan or just a casual fan, you have that perspective. And then you have the perspective of a hardcore fan, a diehard fan, a fan that's been watching for 20, 30, 40 years, whatever it might be, a fan that might be really attached to a specific driver. You might be a massive fan of a certain driver. You want what's best for that driver. And that's another perspective. So you have all these different perspectives. And it's like, what is right? What is wrong? And is it even a problem? And the problem that we are talking about today is Joey Logano winning, advancing to the championship race, and how morally correct this all is in the context of sport and in the context of winning a championship. And how should you win a championship? Are you winning the championship in the right way? Are you competing for a championship in the right way? It's all a load of nonsense, honestly, that has been created because, over the last 20 years, NASCAR has decided to create it. And this has happened because Joey Logano is 15th in the regular season points at the moment. What I mean is, if you take the points across the entire season, including stage points, Joey Logano is 15th. Yes, I repeat, he's 15th in the points across the entire season. Now, obviously, that is not the points format that we run anymore. He did make the playoffs after winning at Nashville, which was a race that he won again on fuel mileage and with a lot of people wrecking. He then went to go on a plate race at Atlanta, and then he was technically out of the playoffs at the end of the Roval, but because Alex Bowman got disqualified due to a weight issue, he was next in line to make it, and then he goes ahead and wins at Las Vegas, again via fuel strategy, via fuel mileage, and holding off Christopher Bell in a last lap charge. And it has people upset. Now, again, part of it could be it's because it's Joey Logano. If you told me that Chase Elliott did the same thing, wouldn't as many people be upset? That's just the nature of it. You take one guy out of it. If Chase Elliott, who only has one win on the season, but he's, third in the points, I think, at the moment, in terms of regular season points. But if a fan favorite like Chase Elliott is in the same situation as what Joey Logano just did, if Chase Elliott's 15th in points, if Chase Elliott is winning races off fuel mileage, if Chase Elliott knocks out his own teammate because of a disqualification, well, not even knocks out, it just takes advantage of his own teammate getting disqualified, would there be as much anger, or would the vast amount of Chase Elliott fans be like, this is terrific? And I have firsthand experience with that, because back in 2015, as a Jeff Gordon fan, Jeff Gordon did something very similar. He made the championship race being flat out mediocre. I mean, he was mediocre the entire season, but because he won his first race of the season at Martinsville in the round of 8, and congratulations to him, he made it that far without winning a race, basically, but he made it to the round of 8, he won Martinsville, he made the championship race in a mediocre season, where in 2014, he was absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic, all season, fastest car on the planet, doesn't make the championship race after finishing second at Martinsville, second at Phoenix, but because of a crash at Texas and Ryan Newman punting Kyle Larson out of the way, Ryan Newman with no wins on the season, he makes the championship race. So I've seen it firsthand. I've seen perspective, because you look at NASCAR as a motorsport. That is what you look at it as, and you compare it to a lot of other motorsports. And I'm not just going to use Formula One as an example, but let's use IndyCar, let's use MotoGP, motocross, supercross, let's use Australian V8s, let's use whatever series you want to pick out there in the world that is classified as a motorsport. And NASCAR is the only one to do it in a certain way. And you might think that is right or wrong, if that's unique or if it's stupid, but that is the conversation that we are having. They do it in a way that is classified as American because they have tried to compare it or make it similar to American football, to basketball. They've tried to make it as similar to that. And now, to be fair, they are taking inspiration from European football as well with what's coming next season with the in-season tournament, technically. Very similar to an FA Cup, very similar to what the NBA, and to be fair, they probably didn't look at European football. They looked at the NBA. Very similar to what the NBA is doing with their in-season tournament. Again, taking inspiration. They took it from European football. So all sports look at each other, but NASCAR tends to look at a lot of stick and ball sports as the inspiration. They don't often look at Formula One. They don't look at Australian V8s. They don't look at MotoGP or what Supercross is doing, where all of them have season-long formats. And that is what, as a motorsport fans seem to be very comfortable with. They're comfortable with that because every other motorsport in the world is that's what it does. But NASCAR does it a little bit differently. They do it a little bit in their own way, in their own nature. And I think for NASCAR, maybe a season-long format, is, in my opinion, a little bit outdated for them because also no other motorsport has 36 races. I mean, it's a long damn season, man. But that is what allows, not doing the season-long championship format where Joey Logano is 15th in the standings. That is what allows this debate, this controversy of, is this right? Is this wrong? Is this what you want your NASCAR to be? And people will bring out as many different reasons as possible, whether it be the ratings and ratings going down. Well, I mean, to be fair to NASCAR, the ratings for this playoff run is up on a consistent basis compared to last season and actually to 2 seasons ago as well. This playoff run, the ratings haven't come out yet for, last night or yesterday's race, but every race of this playoffs has been up in ratings compared to last year and even compared to 2 years ago. I mean, it's quite, and that's just factual information. Those are numbers that you can find on the internet, and it's very simple. And so NASCAR is seeing something there. People are watching. And so the outrage on social media that comes, whether it comes from a fan of another driver who is pissed that Joey Logano won, or whether it be from a casual or a hardcore fan that watches it in a neutral perspective, but they don't like what they are seeing based off of fairness. That seems to be like the question around, is all of this fair? Is it fair that you can be 15th in the points, but have a chance to win a championship at in one race? And to be fair, that's a whole nother story, but just deciding this thing in one race, is that fair, right? That's probably the debate. And I'll be honest with you guys, just my opinion, it's not about what is fair, in my opinion. This is not, guys, you have to understand what NASCAR is. NASCAR is a business. It is a motorsport, but it's a business, and their goal is to make money. Like, that's what they do. If the ratings are going up, I mean, that's as clear as it gets. Ratings go up, you're able to use that to generate more revenue via partners and sponsorships and everything, and it also tells you what the fans want. You have to, when you support something, whether it be like a local business or a small business, how do you support them? How do you support your favorite creator, whoever it might be? You support them via your wallet. You support them via your time. And if you are watching NASCAR, you are supporting NASCAR with your time, with your money. And so, that's what NASCAR is going to look at. And I'm just being honest with you guys. They're not going to look at the constant amount of tweets, whether it might be as loud as you want with us. It could have 2,000 likes on Twitter complaining about it. They're not going to look at that. They're going to look at what is their analytics, their numbers, what is the majority of fans, they're speaking with their eyes, they're speaking with their wallets. How is that going? And at the moment, NASCAR is on an upward trajectory at the moment, actually, in terms of ratings and in terms of just viewership. And again, it's not about what's fair. Well, is it fair that Joey Logano gets to compete for a championship? Well, technically, under this system, yeah. I mean, he won a race in the regular season, right? He then won a race in the round of 12. So it doesn't even matter what you do in terms of the rest of the season. We had Harrison Burton win at Daytona. We had the guy with the least amount of regular season points out of every full-time driver enter the playoffs because he won a single race. That is the system. If you want to get mad at the system, I understand. But to get mad at the driver, well, you have to get mad at the system. We had, again, Harrison Burton won. He's in the play. So it doesn't matter that Joey Logano was subpar throughout the entire season. What matters is Joey Logano won a race. Okay, he wins a race. And then he goes to the round of 12. Oh, look at that. He wins a race. And then he goes to the round of, that was round of 16. Then he goes to the round of 12. And he gets eliminated, but he got eliminated in 9th. So he was still better than 10th, 11th, and 12th. And because of, Alex Bowman failing his post-race inspection, he gets in. And then what does he do? He wins a race. And that's all you have to do in this system. That is all you have to do. You just got to win at the right time. And at the end of the day, what is this system surrounded? We all know. I'm not telling you guys something you don't know or something we don't know or something that's crazy or, weird. Guys, it all comes down to the final race anyways, because you most likely have to win. That's normal. That is what this system is about. And so if you win at the right times, then you put yourself in play in this system. And technically it's fair. You are playing the system. Look at what Jet is saying. Jet, I'm not hating the player, just the system. You're right. Logano's play the system to perfection. And that's the point here is like, well, what is the debate? Do you guys hate the system? Do you guys, you know me, you know what I don't like? I don't like one part of the system, which is at the end. Why so much anger? Why so much anger towards Joey Logano? Did Joey Logano do anything wrong? No, he just did what he had to do. And again, these tweets, they have a lot of views, they have a lot of likes, they have a lot of engagement. There's a lot of things that people don't like about it. Steven here says laps led by Logano in his wins this year. 9 at Nashville, 9 at Atlanta, 6 at Las Vegas. And yeah, is that worthy of someone competing for a championship? Well, under this system, yes, because he won. That's 3 races won. Doesn't matter how many laps you lead, just about winning the race. Elite Precision made an amazing point here. He said that the people saying that it's only outrage because it's Logano, yeah, they're lost, and that's true. Why is my hair invisible, by the way? Ignore my invisible hair. Harrison Burton, which I mentioned earlier, his win was unpopular only because it got him into the playoffs after being terrible all year. It was an underdog win, which was unpopular, and it's almost like people hate the game, and that is a very good point, is that this shouldn't technically, Harrison Burton winning was a fantastic moment, and you had Lee Diffie on the call speaking, Jeff Burton, your boy's done it. He's won a Cup Series race. He's in the. It should be something really celebrated, right? But no, it's not celebrated. Actually, everything that was after that race, and that was not too long ago. I remember it. It was just everyone being like, why? And it is NASCAR this is just my opinion, guys. This is just my opinion. It's NASCAR getting in their own way, and they're just doing a little bit too much to try to push playoffs or a championship or whatever. Because if someone like Harrison Burton wins a race and it is criticized, and it's not criticized because it's Harrison Burton. And that's what I'm trying to point at, is that yesterday is not criticized because it's Joey Logano. Well, the issue that NASCAR has is that they're putting too much focus on themselves, and they're actually taking focus away from winning a race. Because now, if you win a race, right, then you are in the playoffs. And then what fans will look at, and to be fair, NASCAR fans complain about a lot of things, but what fans will look at is, well, does he deserve to be in the playoffs? And it's a very simple fix. You don't make the playoffs via a win. You have to actually point your way in. It seems pretty simple, right? Because then Harrison Burton can win at Daytona, right? And it will be celebrated. Now, again, from a driver's perspective, they'll be like, whoa, wait. Remember I said at the beginning of the video about perspectives. Harrison Burton, I won a race. I should be in the playoffs because I won a race, and technically it's the system, right? That I should be in the playoffs. It doesn't matter that I was 34th in points or whatever it might be. I won a race. I should be in the playoffs. So from the team, from the driver, that one win, he goes from being in the 30s in owner points, and now Harrison Burton and that team will go to 16th minimum. They make so much more money just off of one race win. So again, it's perspective. Well, the race teams want this system to change. Maybe not the smaller ones, because the smaller race teams can win one race. they automatically go pew right up there in terms of the prize money, all the way to the top 16. That's amazing for them. And that's why this issue is so challenging, because it's all about perspective. From NASCAR side of things, you have winning a race means you are in the playoffs, and we're going to push the playoffs as hard as possible. From the drivers and the team's perspective, winning a race means you make more money, and not just a little bit of money, a lot more money in terms of prize purse, because if you are a small team that struggles in the 20s or the 30s, you get to just easily leapfrog all the way like it was nothing. It doesn't even matter what you did the rest of the season. Just that one win can get you all the way up there in terms of prize money. And then in terms of the fans, and they look at it in a completely different way, where you guys are not making money and you guys don't care about the push for the playoffs. You just want what's fair. You want what might be best for your driver, because you know the bias. So if I am a Tyler Reddick fan, I might be leading the points in the regular season. He's not, Christopher Bell is, but I might be leading the points in the regular season. I want that format. Or Christopher Bell fans will be like, he's been the best driver in the playoffs. He has an average finish of fifth basically in the entire playoffs. He should be the champion, clear out. This is not fair. That's decided in one race. So then you have that perspective. And so you gain all these differing perspectives from all these differing motives, and then you get what you get on Twitter, which is a lot of complaining. Some of it right, some of it wrong, some of it, deserved, some of it not, but that's this massive debate that is kind of, I feel like it all just ends up to being a whole lot of nothing. I mean, just look at this tweet by Fifth Gear. I mean, it has 170,000 views with 2.1 thousand likes and a lot of replies, and it's crazy. What did he say? Well, he said, no one should take the NASCAR playoffs seriously. He said that Logano only got 6 top 5s all year, and he's racing for a championship. He only got into this round because of a disqualification last race. I don't think this sport has ever reached this low before, and I would disagree with that. I think they have, and the top reply says it. This. Ryan Newman was one position away from winning the championship in 2014, so yep, that still haunts me, but luckily NASCAR did change that, so that wouldn't have happened in this current system. And from Steven again, these are his stats, and you can take a look from 2008 all the way down to 2024. And let's just, even year Logano, right? So since 2014, 2016, 2018, 2020, 2022, and 2024, Joey Logano has made the championship race in all of those in those seasons. So in 2014, he had 22 top 10s, 16 top 5s with 5 wins. And remember, I said that Jeff Gordon was the best car in 2014. Joey Logano had more wins technically, but that 24 car and that 4 car, they were lights out fast that year. 2015, I mean, he's even faster. And then Matt Kenseth said, no, you're not allowed, right? So Matt Kenseth comes in, and again, just think about it this way. Think about Jeff Gordon again in 2015. We have a guy with 6 wins, 22 top 5s, 28 top 10s in 2015. Didn't make the championship race. Why? He got annihilated at Martinsville due to retaliation, and then Jeff Gordon made it instead. So, like I said, is that fair? That's up for you to decide. As a Jeff Gordon fan, I was ecstatic because my bias, I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. I was so happy, and then everyone was cheering, and remember, you had the drama. It was featured on SportsCenter. It was like a top story on SportsCenter. National media were coming in like, oh my God, look at them, they're fighting, and that's exactly what they want. You know why? Because it brings more eyes and it brings more money. Who cares if it's fair or not? 2016, he makes a championship race. 26 top 10s, 16 top 5s, 3 wins on the season. 2017, he didn't. Kind of struggled. 2018, again, 26 top 10s, 13 top 5s, 3 wins on the season. 2019, didn't do it. 2020, 21 top 10s, 12 top 5s. Again, another 3 wins on the season. By the way, Logano, very consistent in his even years. 2021, no, not really. 2022, here we go again. 17 top 10s, a little bit lower than the top 10s, but you might see a trend in the lowering of top 10s. I think that is because of just how chaotic NASCAR is nowadays. The races get very random. There's a lot of overtime finishes. I think top 10s are a little bit harder to come by because you could just end up easily getting wrecked. So 2022, pretty good season with 17 top 10s, 11 top 5s, 4 wins on the season. And then you come to 2024. Only 11 top 10s. We have 3 races to go, so he could finish, top 10 the next 3 races, but that would only leave him with 14, which would be the least amount of top 10s he has had since 2012, which was his last season at Joe Gibbs Racing. I'm pretty sure that was his last season at Joe Gibbs Racing. 6 top 5s, and 3 wins on the season. Now, the 3 wins look great, but again, with context, we know kind of how those 3 wins have come by. He has also led basically the same amount of laps as he did last season in a season where he really struggled. So, with those stats of only 11 top 10s and being 15th in the standings, is that deserving of being in the championship race? Now, you might be wondering, whose stats are this? What's going on? What are we showing here? This is Christopher Bell. This is Christopher Bell's stats on the season. We're going to focus solely on the playoffs. We're only going to focus on that because we all know Christopher Bell, he deserved to make it to the playoffs and all that stuff. But I didn't want to show you guys this. Look at his finish. So finishing position is this row right here, this column right here. Starting position, so just focus on the second row, okay? And points will be over here as well if you want to focus on points. But look, from Darlington where it started, he has finished 3rd, 4th, 14th, 5th, 7th, 6th, 2nd, and 2nd. That is incredible consistency. With 50, he has 54 points, 35, 37, 36, 46, 23, 30. He has been amazing this run. He has been amazing. 46, by the way, at Darlington. Incredible this run during the playoffs. This is, if you want a deserving champion, this is your deserving champion. It is Christopher Bell. Not only has he been absolutely amazing in the playoffs, he also does lead right now the regular season standings because Tyler Reddick has been struggling. So what's the discussion here? The discussion is basically, I don't see the reason to get so upset. You have to first of all be, what do you want to be upset about? But also, here's how I take it now. I just try to watch NASCAR. I just try to enjoy it. And I know what the system is, and that is going to be the system. Do I see NASCAR changing it anytime soon? No. So I'm just kind of like, I will watch it, and we'll see where it goes. It's been 10 years, guys. The most deserving champion, a lot of the times that does not happen, and that is just what NASCAR is. If you want deserving champions, go watch Formula One every week. Go watch IndyCar every week. Go watch any other motorsport every week. They have your season-long format where if you will have your deserving champion, that is for you. NASCAR, they do it differently. They want to do it differently because their motives are different. They want entertainment. They want drama, and you have to understand it from their perspective as that is what they want. You might not agree with it, but that is what they want. And, at this rate, listen, you guys know me. I only have one issue with this format. That is, there's only one thing I have an issue with, is that we decide this in one race. That is it. I just don't want, I'm okay with gimmicks and resetting points and all this stuff. Even eliminations, like rounds and stuff. I think it's cool. If you want rounds to eliminate certain drivers along the way, that's fine. That's fine by me. I just don't want one race deciding everything. That's the only thing. I feel like I've been very reasonable with that, and I'm very clear with that. So the debate is whether all this is fair. I think I talked about it here. You guys can, again, come up with your own conclusions. Leave your comments down below. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm not even trying to be right. I'm just trying to discuss this and show all the different perspectives of all the different parties and why it's so complicated. In the perfect world, which it's never perfect, I just think NASCAR needs to just take a step back. And they honestly need to let the on-track product do a lot of the talking. I think they have tried so much to set up certain scenarios that they can control, whether it be a format, whether it be stages, whether it be, let's not forget, we had phantom debris cautions for so many years, guys. We don't have them anymore because of the stages, but we had phantom debris cautions on purpose. Technical debris cautions for so long, pure race manipulation. And then when stages came around, all of a sudden, it completely disappeared. So NASCAR has always done this. They have always tried to manipulate races. They have always tried to create as much drama as possible. And my only thing is that I think they go too far with it. I think they create too much, and then it creates anger. Because basically all I see from yesterday is Joey Logano won. That's amazing. Or not that's amazing, but that's unbelievable. That's crazy. But that's unbelievable not in a good way. That's unbelievable. wow, he won. He's been crap all season. Now he's in the championship race. That's what it comes off of like. And you wouldn't have those issues if you just didn't decide a championship in this way. And we go through the entire season, and like I've been saying, the championship is devalued. That is a fact. No matter what you want to say. The drivers do not take the championship as seriously as they used to. The fans do not take champions as seriously as they used to because of how difficult it is to win one, because of how many things are not in your control. And again, all this doesn't matter until you get to the final race, because once you have 4 drivers going for it, 1 blown engine, 1 flat tire, it doesn't matter, man. It does not matter. What do you guys think? It's a complicated issue, and to be honest, I'm just tired of talking about it. I'm tired. I would just like to watch the on-track product. That's it. Honestly, I'm just tired of what's deserving, what's fair, what's all this. It's just too much negativity, too much. Just tired of it. I just kind of want it to stop, to be honest. And that is where I'm coming from. So take care of yourselves. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.